This video is brought to you by Dice, the global entertainment content marketplace. Welcome back to the Coffee with Connect series. In today's episode, we are talking with Mark Lee from Nub Music, a UK-based production house with a heavy focus on music and sci-fi. Nub Music currently have 2 titles on Dice, which we'll be chatting about today, as well as a Guinness World Record that Mark broke a little while ago with his band, the Pocket Gods. If you're a buyer and wish to acquire a Nub Music title, or you're a seller looking to get your content out to a global audience, you can get in touch with us through our website, connect.digital, or you can email us at dicesalesconnect.digital.com. Without further ado, let's get into our interview with Mark Lee.
Yeah, my name's Mark Christopher Lee. I've been a musician for quite a long time in Guinness record-breaking band, the Pocket Gods.
Yes.
Okay, that's where I come from, and I've been running a record label for quite a long time, independent. And then I got into TV and films in the last couple of years, which has been very exciting and something I've always wanted to do. So this is kind of new for me, but I've always been creative and I've always had a love of films and TV. And this is another creative avenue, which I'm really enjoying. It was a few years ago. I've always had this idea because I run a label called Nub Music, and I've always wanted to do Nub TV as a show where we mix music with the paranormal, weird stuff, UFOs. I've always had this idea in mind, but I've never been able to actually put it into fruition until recently. I've been offered a slot on UK TV, which has been brilliant, but we still own everything, so there's no editorial interference or anything like that. So it's just our vision. It's a Nub TV, really proud of. It's like a mad mix of Wayne's World and the X-Files, where we get to play some really cool music, which we own the rights to, so it can be broadcast all over the world. And also, interview some of our favorite paranormal UFO experts. We've had the likes of Uri Geller on, Nick Pope, who used to work for the UK Ministry of Defence. And we've had Yvette Fielding from Most Haunted, and it's just been amazing, and I've really enjoyed it, and it's going really well in the UK, and I just want to get it out to a bigger audience. Yeah, okay, well, Nub TV we start with, it's basically a 24-minute, 25-minute TV show, and it's a mix of music videos, and also it just delves into paranormal and UFO subjects. So each show has a theme. There's 2 series, 13 episodes so far. We're doing a Christmas and New Year's Eve special 1-hour show, 2 1-hour shows, which is really good. And then we're already planning the 3rd series, which we'll be filming in January, which will be another 7 episodes. So there's quite a lot of content, and we aim to just keep producing these shows because there's lots of stuff to talk about, which is really good. So that's Nub TV, and that's our little baby, really, that we've always wanted to do. And we're very happy with it. And it's getting a lot of press in the UK. We've had features in The Independent, in Metro, which is really, really cool. The other thing which you said about the background, I've actually just finished this film. It's called Inspired, the 30-second song movie. And basically, it's about my band's campaign for fairer royalties from Spotify, Apple, etc., but in a positive way. So we've been campaigning since 2015 for fairer royalties, and by what we've been doing is we've been releasing just albums of 30-second songs, okay, with the idea that these services pay out a royalty after 30 seconds. And then more. And as it's so small, why write longer songs? And it was an inspired idea that I got from a music professor in America called Mike Errico, and he challenged in quite a lot of high-profile articles in the media, why aren't songwriters today like Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran writing 30-second songs? You only get paid for that amount, and as it's so little, why write longer songs? The 3-minute pop song came from the length of 7-inch vinyl. So I had that idea. I thought, I'm going to run with this. I'm going to make the world's first album of 100 songs, and they're all going to be 30 seconds long. Okay, and by doing that, I obtained an official Guinness World Record. I didn't know that at the time. Guinness contacted me and says, by the way, you've broken the world record. So we've done 15 of these albums now, okay, with 100 tracks. Some of them got 300, some of them had 500, and the last one this year had 1,000
Yeah,
tracks,
amazing.
which is absolutely crazy. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, uh, technically and physically and
Yeah,
artistically. But it's there. It will stand the test of time, I think, which is brilliant. So this film explores having this inspired thought, running with this idea, which most people would think, oh, that's just crazy. Why should you do that? I think no. Sometimes you have to act on these ideas, and
yeah,
that's how you become successful. And because of this, not only am I now a full-time musician and filmmaker, I've also got this issue, which is more important in some ways, into the public domain. So the UK government's talking about it. I've had a meeting with Spotify. And so these issues are being debated now, which is brilliant. And that's the success of this campaign. And this is what I want this film to carry on with it. And I love this film, and I've put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. It's available as a 3-hour version, and it's
yeah.
also split into 3 1-hour sections as well, for streaming, which I think will go well. And it's finished, so it's ready to go. So
That's fantastic.
please take a look.
A little bit of like a tangent question, because obviously before the interview I did watch both of those, and I was particularly interested by Inspired. How do you keep up that creative motivation? Because even though they're only 30-second songs, the last album had 1,000 of them. How do you keep that kind of creativity up?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is hard
Mm.
in terms of with the 30-second song, especially the 1,000-song album. That was the most difficult thing I ever was challenged by, and so it is tricky. But I am motivated to get this issue out, and also to obtain success for myself, and that's what it's all about. I've been doing music nearly 30 years, so. And it's taken me that long to get some success, which is brilliant. But I want to inspire others that it's never too late. You can follow your own dream, your own passion, believe in yourself, back yourself, and if you've got some originality, you may get somewhere. And that's the story I want to share through this film as well, because it is about perseverance. And writing a 1,000-song album was really really difficult, but it's seeing the bigger picture, seeing beyond that keeps you going. And that's what focused me. Yeah, I've got to get it done. So I had to be quite disciplined, and in terms of writing the songs for that. And same with the film, because it's quite a long film, and I've shortened it down quite a bit already. But I wanted to keep, the essence of the story and how it's taken this long. And there's a lot of issues involved. And I interview Mike Errico, who had the original idea. I interview him at length, and I've also got. It's a bit like Peter Jackson did in Get Back. I've got a whole kind of 40-minute set of the Pocket Gods, my band, playing these 30-second songs, rehearsing them, and some of them are not good and some of them are good. And so it's that kind of warts and all approach, which I've kept inspired by Get Back, which I saw earlier this year. I thought, that's the Beatles. They're on massively another level. But it's having that, and just to see how the band works together, and because we didn't rehearse, we just knocked all these songs out in 40 minutes, and it's in the film. And it was. People said, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. People won't watch it," but I think they will, because they'll get into the band, and this is what the band's about. It's about the music at the end of the day, and I turn the 30-second song into some sort of art form, and hopefully that comes across.
That's amazing. I think that there is genuine inspiration that gives, and there's positive change. I mean, even for again, a little bit of a tangent, but on a personal one, I'm a musician myself, so okay. I'm particularly interested in what you've done and how that would affect anything that I would do in the future. Brilliant. Because if you're making those changes and talking to Spotify, that would change things if I ever put any future music out. Yeah.
I mean, the other important point I also make in the film, which comes across, I don't blame Spotify. Spotify's a brilliant tool. We've got access to millions of songs. I use it. I've always used it, and I've always released music on it, and it's brilliant. We've got fans all over the world because of it. I mean, I also draw the consumer, the music listener, into this into this film as well. It was like, how do we value music? You know, surely we should be paying more than £9.99 for access to every song that's ever been recorded. I mean, these are issues that I want to explore, and that's what the film does as well. So it's a positive film. It's not just a rant. Oh, we don't get paid enough money. It's not fair. And, I was careful not to do that. It's not really a because people said, "Oh, there's a protest." It's not really a protest. It's trying to vision what you want and having a debate about it.
Well, no, that's always a very, very good thing, and I like the way that you've approached that. And like you said, it's not just kind of shouting at the wall. It's opening a conversation, seeing both sides of the debate, and then kind of making a change from there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I've got a new film or series in progress, which we're planning. It's called God versus Aliens. Okay. It's a great title. And I've got all the artwork and I've got a concept. And basically, it's going to be a film exploring the impact that first contact with extraterrestrials will have on the world's religions. And that's what the film's going to explore. And I've already got interviews lined up with a rabbi, a couple of priests. So I'm going to explore not just Christian religion, but, different religions around the world and how they think it would impact on their religion and their congregation, so to speak. And I'm also interviewing Nick Pope, the UFO expert, about it. So it's going to be quite interesting, I think.
Yeah, that's very, very profound, and it's a very important topic to discuss.
Because
that happens.
Thank you. Yeah, because it's becoming more and more mainstream now. Whereas UFOs used to be seen as a bit of a cranky kind of thing. Whereas now you've got the US Congress is debating them.
Yeah.
So it's not science fiction anymore. There's something happening, and there could well be full disclosure in the next couple of years. So I'm hoping to get this film out next year. So well, I think it's producing for all ages. It's not just kind of people my age, but I know that because I've had letters from emails from fans. We've got a really big fan, and she's only like 14, 15, and she watches every show, really loves all, and she's suggested ideas for content which we're taking on board. So it ranges from young kids, adults, to 78-year-olds that have always been interested in this weird stuff. So I don't see it as necessarily being just a niche market. And the music, we have a wide range of music on Knob. From we've got a young band called Kid Pistol, and then we got the guy that wrote Rhinestone Cowboy for Glenn Campbell, Larry Weiss, who's about 80, lives in Nashville, and that's the sort of label we are. And and then we've got a young urban collective from London. Some of them are still at school, so it's quite kind of varied who we work with. And the main premise of Nub, it has to be a little bit different, a little bit quirky, and something that we believe in. It doesn't necessarily have to tick all the boxes in terms of it's going to be a commercial success. If it's got something we can believe in and grow with, and that's the premise of Nub. Really, we try and facilitate, enable people, as opposed to exploit, which is what record labels, TV companies have done in the past. Okay.
So it seems non-discriminatory. It's more about the passion, if anything.
Absolutely,
else.
Yeah. No, we don't. We'll judge it on whether we love what they're doing and whether we like the person.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Because we are a small company, we got to get on with the people, and they got to be able to work with us.
Yeah.
And so we want people that are going to put a bit of effort in, but are also nice to work with.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to be. I really do.
So, yeah, thank you. No, I mean, we're always at Nub Music, Nub TV, Nub Films, we're always producing new content, and we're always open to new ideas. So there will always be constant material available for people to select. And with the Nub TV show, we're going to keep on making the series. It's going to get better because we're improving for each series we do, and we're getting more and more fans on board, which is brilliant. So thank you for the time.
Yeah, well, thank you for doing this as well. It's been an amazing interview, and I really hope that we can kind of help you push your journey forward and get your content out there internationally.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm very excited by that. So let's do it.
That's amazing. So yeah, thank you very, very much, and I'll speak with you soon.
Yeah, thanks, James. Much appreciated.
What do you think of this episode? Let us know down in the comments below. As always, you can get in touch with us through our website, connect.digital, or you can email us at diasales@connectdigital.com for business inquiries. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Have a great day.